We've just picked up a pretty huge update for Valhalla called the Discovery Tour, and it is completely free if you actually own the main game. And there's a new storyline, some real authentic rewards based on historical archaeological findings, which is great news. And I just want to say a big thanks to Sylvia at the Ubisoft UK team who pinged me across an early access code, so I was able to get this video out to you very sharpish. So hopefully it does help you out, and let's get going. So first of all, the update is out right now, so you can boot up Valhalla and actually get it downloading. But I also know that some of you haven't actually needed to download anything at all, as it's just appeared on your home screen, so I think it varies from person to person. However, a good thing about this update though is that once you have downloaded it, you can actually play it offline after you've activated the content, as it is connected but separate from the main Valhalla client. Now, if this is your first Discovery Tour, the general idea here is that it's a non-combat game mode where you'll be able to visit over 150 discovery points in the game. That's going to provide you with some real historical info about that specific point of interest. You can learn about war, politics, art, culture, and general daily life for those who actually lived in Valhalla's time period by running up to one of these discovery stations, which are the yellow markers on your map, by the way, and then kind of choosing to interact with it. Ubisoft have also added this new behind the scenes feature, which are the blue markers on your map, and these are there to give you more of an insight behind the development process behind the creation of Valhalla, which is also narrated by Danny Wallace, who's the voice actor for Sean Hastings, which I'm a big fan of, I can appreciate. Now, the discovery sites and behind the scenes insights aren't the only thing in this tour. In fact, the whole tour actually takes you through 8 quests, which are based around the Nordic sagas through to the Anglo-Saxon chronicles. We play as 4 protagonists in these quests, where we'll follow their journeys through 4 different worlds, that being Norway, England, Jotunheim, and Asgard. And these quests are designed to be played in order, by the way, and I would highly recommend that you do so, as they do interlink with one another, but you don't have to if you don't want to. Now, as far as a brief overview goes in terms of learnings from each quest, and not giving away any core storyline spoilers here, the first quest is where we're going to be playing as Thornstein the trader, and we'll be learning about Viking reputation, family bonds, and law and justice. We then move on to the second quest, where we play as Elric the monk, and we're going to be learning about medieval monasteries, medicine, and science in England, whereas the third quest, back in Norway, we'll be building our longship and learning about Scandinavian rulers, shipbuilding, and clans, which actually then transitions nicely onto our fourth quest, where we're going to be finding out about life at sea, the seafaring lore and traditions of Scandinavian people while we actually sail across to England in our built longship. When we do arrive, our fifth quest is going to be learning about Dane law, which was implemented by the Vikings in England, as well as warfare, peacemaking, and understanding the true power of the church in that time period. But probably my favourite quest here is our sixth, and that's where we learn about Alfred the Great, his legacy, his social and military reforms, and kingship as a whole. I absolutely love that part, and we'll definitely play it again. We then travel north to York for our penultimate quest, where we're going to be learning about the social and economic integration of the Anglo-Scandinavian people, and finish it with a trip to Jotunheim and Asgard to understand the mythology, magic, spiritual concepts, and beliefs of the people who lived in that time period. Now, each quest takes around 30 minutes, and they are replayable, and you'll also have 24 characters you can actually unlock to play while exploring, but they do have specific requirements to actually unlock, so check out what that is in the menus. And as an FYI, you can't actually play as these characters during the quest segments, by the way. You'll lose your progress if you try to switch to either the bonus mid-quest in Asgard, just as an example. And by the way, folks, if you've picked up any value from the video so far, a very swift like down below only takes a second of your time, and it genuinely helps me out a lot, so thank you very much. Now, rewards, we pick up 7 here, and they're all designed around real historically accurate archaeological findings, and we've got the Sligdrug Tanny ship scheme for our longship, the Volundr Ravenskin for Sunin, as well as the terrific looking early medieval horse, which will definitely be my new mount. Now, weapon and armor wise, we pick up the Ealdorman set and the Bedale Giling sword, both great looking additions to Valhalla in my opinion, very much worth the transmog. And we also pick up a very gold medieval tattoo scheme and some Discovery Tour settlement cosmetics. So all in all, not a bad haul for free content, I'd say, all things considered. But if you're not massively fussed about the tour and you just want the rewards, you can kind of blitz through it by viewing the requirements to actually unlock the specific rewards in the menu, and then just bomb straight after that reward that you want. However, the caveat being that if you actually want the sword, you're going to have to finish all 8 quest lines. And what I would say though is it is actually just easier just to do the tour in one afternoon, where you'll get all the rewards anyway, because it doesn't actually take you too long and they're not difficult to obtain, but it's totally your call on that. Few extra tips here though. The right bumper on your controller actually pops you into first person view mode, which is a great addition, and of course photo mode is available here as well, so lots of possibilities for new shots with new characters. Also, if you're trying to figure out what station you missed, if you actually hover your icon over the region on the map like you did in the main story, you'll be able to see if you've actually completed it or not, so quite useful for the last markers that you may have just skipped by. Anyway, I hope it helps you out, and if you haven't already, do come and swing by and join our awesome Discord community of over 600 members. We've got a real great set of people here, and it would be awesome to see you in the lobby. Anyway, I'm sure I'll catch you in the next video, and as usual, coffee's on me.